How did your parents react when you told them you were pregnant? I found out I was pregnant on a quiet Tuesday morning. The kind of morning where everything feels ordinary, but suddenly your whole world flips upside down. I sat on the edge of the bath, holding the test in my shaking hands, staring at the two lines that made everything so real. I wasn't sure what to feel at first. Shock, fear, maybe even a small flicker of hope. But mostly, I just felt completely alone in that moment. I waited until later that evening to tell my parents. We were all sitting around the dinner table, the clinking of forks and murmur of small talk filling the kitchen. My mom was peeling carrots, my dad was reading the paper, and I could feel my heart pounding like a drum. I took a deep breath and finally said it, words that felt like they might break me. I'm pregnant. The room got quiet. My mom stopped peeling and looked up at me, her face unreadable for a long moment. My dad folded his paper and stared at the table. I braced myself for anger, disappointment, maybe even yelling. Instead, my mom's eyes filled with tears, and she reached across the table to grab my hand. Honey, she said softly, this isn't what we expected, but you're still our daughter. We're here. My dad cleared his throat and nodded, though his eyes looked tough. It's going to be tough, he said quietly, but we'll figure it out. There wasn't a lot of celebration or joy that night, just a heavy weight of reality settling over all of us. The conversation quickly shifted to logistics. Doctor's appointments, school, finances. I could tell they were worried, but they didn't want to show it outright. The days after telling them were some of the hardest. My mom called every morning to check in, asking if I'd eaten, if I was feeling okay. Her voice was gentle, but filled with a strange kind of protectiveness I hadn't seen before. My dad kept showing up unannounced with bags of groceries or helping me fix things around my apartment. It was like they were trying to hold everything together while I was still figuring out how to hold myself. At family gatherings, things felt different. I could see the sideways glances from relatives, the whispered conversations when they thought I wasn't listening. Sometimes I felt invisible, like the pregnancy had put an invisible barrier between me and the people I love. But my parents stayed by my side, shielding me when they could, even if it meant facing their own shame or disappointment from others. School became a juggling act. Every lecture, every study session was weighed down by exhaustion and anxiety. My parents helped where they could, attending meetings with professors or driving me to the clinic. There were moments when I thought I couldn't do it, that maybe I'd made a mistake telling them at all, but they never made me feel like I was alone. As the months passed, the fear slowly morphed into something quieter. Acceptance. My mom started knitting little blankets and buying tiny clothes, her excitement growing in small, hesitant steps. My dad started telling stories about when I was a baby, like he was trying to reassure himself as much as me that life would go on. The day I went into labor, my parents were right there. My mom held my hand, whispering encouragement through the pain, while my dad paced nervously outside the delivery room. When my daughter finally arrived, crying and red-faced, something shifted. The exhaustion and fear melted away, replaced by a fragile, fierce love that I'd never felt before. Watching my parents hold her, tears streaming down their faces, I saw how much this changed them too. They were proud and scared and hopeful all at once. I realized then that no matter how rocky the road had been, this baby was something we were all going to face together. In the years since, we've had our share of struggles and triumphs. My parents have been there through every scraped knee, every school recital, every sleepless night. Sometimes I catch my mom looking at my daughter like she's seeing her for the first time all over again. My dad's rough exterior softens when she calls him Papa. Telling them I was pregnant wasn't easy. It changed everything, in ways I didn't expect. But in the end, it brought us closer, even if it was messy and imperfect. That moment, the fear, the silence, the tears, it's a part of our story now. And somehow, it became the beginning of something new.